When I had no money, I had my plan. And my plan was to build a business. I was a little kid. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to buy real estate, and I'm going to be an oil man. So that's why when I went to school in New York, my business was oil. I drove oil tankers for Standard Oil just to know the business. When I had no money, and I've not had money many times, I still had my plan. It was business. I take real estate classes, and I understand oil. That's my plan. But you got to have your plan too. Then, my wife and I have big houses. We have our yacht. I have 2 Ferraris and all that. Big deal. If you do this job here, you can have as much as you want here.
So what's the Rich Dad Company up to today?
We just had a meeting yesterday in Phoenix. Our goal is to teach financial education to the world.
Cash flow clubs are very simply a group of people that get together on a regular basis. It might be 3 people, it might be 1,000 people, whatever the club is, and they get together on a regular basis and they play cash flow, the board game.
We're going to create cash flow clubs. We wire it up to the web. And then we can teach via the web, sort of like YouTube, into these cash flow clubs. And then the cash flow clubs can go into their societies, like Argentina or Greece, and they can teach people. See, the problem is poverty is accelerating throughout the world. We need to teach people to teach other people. But we can do it by organizing a club, because the cash flow club's power is they have fun. My financial education started playing Monopoly. I'm 9 years old. I asked my rich dad, I said, why am I playing Monopoly? He says, well, it's about time you asked. So what am I learning? He says, one of the greatest formulas in wealth, and there's many formulas. He's always said there's a million doors to financial heaven. He says, one of the doors to financial heaven is found in this board game. And I said, what's the door? He says, it's 4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel. I went, is that it? He goes, that's it. It didn't compute in poor dad's mind. My dad's a very smart man, valedictorian, Stanford, Northwestern, University of Chicago, academic type. Playing Monopoly did not compute as far as education goes. And so my rich dad took his son and me out to his swampy area in Hilo, Hawaii. And he had Quonset huts made out of military stuff. My poor dad said he's a slumlord. Your friend's father's a slumlord. And my rich dad says, I'm a low-income housing provider. And they had 2 different points of view on everything. So I'm caught in this crossfire. 10 years later, I'm in school in New York. I'm now 19. I returned to Hawaii, and Rich Dad had bought the big red hotel smack dab in Waikiki Beach. And I'm going, holy, he just worked his plan. Very smart man, he just stayed with his plan. He did what's called in real estate an assembly. He bought all the pieces around him. He just took his time, bought the pieces around him. He paid $1.2 million for that property. They just sold it for $800 million. It's called the Hyatt Regency, Waikiki. So the purpose of education is to inspire you to learn more. My rich dad had fun teaching me to play Monopoly. I wanted to learn more. So that's my objective. And then we can change the world that way. That's and I'm 72, that's the last shot. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I believe I've heard it through several messages, but how would you articulate why you're so passionate about teaching real financial education?
Well, I'm still trying to save my father. That's all. When I came back from Vietnam, he was unemployed. As I write in several places, I think I saw the future. My generation. No jobs, no pensions, no paychecks. The best news is that all of us can get off the system pretty quickly if we have the proper education. And one of the best lessons I learned in Sunday school was about the 3 wise men. The wise men went in search of another wise man, the new teacher. And that story was Christ. I'm not pumping religion, I won't do that. But I think one of the things that all of us can do now is seek your own teachers. That's probably the most important thing you can do. That's why I keep going.
Hey guys, Nick Nanton here, host and producer of In Case You Didn't Know. In case you didn't know, the full episode can be enjoyed right now on Amazon Prime, and I invite you to join me there. Also, if you liked this short clip, I'd love for you to leave a comment below and share it with your friends. See you on Amazon Prime. Take care.